Hey everybody, welcome to the Parkinson's Foundation PD Health at Home Fitness Friday. My name is Zach Guza. I'm the founder of Black Dog Fitness as well as the Parkinson's Gym here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Except the Parkinson's Gym is an online program for people with Parkinson's disease anywhere in the world. If you have internet connection, which I assume you do since you're watching this, you can enjoy Parkinson's specific fitness in the comfort of your own home. But today we're going to talk about one of the most common and most essential elements of society today. And that was it. Oh, this is it too. Sitting down and standing up unassisted. You may not know this if you were able to just sit and stand at will, but those of you who can't or have trouble with it know exactly. Sitting down and being able to stand up unassisted can be the key to your independence, can be the key to quality of life. The day that you sit down and can't stand back up is a pivotal day in your health and your needs and your independence. So what I want to work on today is continuing to be able to stand up. And what I mean by stand up is standing up from a chair. And that means, can you stand up without assistance from someone else, or without assistance from your hands or objects, or without an excruciating groan? That's also key. But that is so big, but it's actually such a simple part of who we are. So there are two parts to standing up, and we're going to have some exercises today working on those two parts. So the two parts are shifting forward, so you get your center of gravity over your feet, and then standing up. It's made even harder by really, really low chairs where essentially your knees are above your hips, and really deep seats, kind of like one of the couches you get into, gradually you sink so deep into it, all you see are knees and eyeballs. They're comfortable, but they're very difficult for anybody to get out of, especially if you're hindered by any kind of complications of your knee, of your hip, of your back, of just movement in general. So let's get into this. The very first prerequisite to sitting down, or to standing up, is sitting correctly. So many people just, when they sit, they get into it. Their back is arched, their hips are sucked under, their shoulders are sagged over, and we are here permanently. So the very first part of that is don't do that. Sit straight up and down. Now the optimal chair height is one where your thighs are horizontal, parallel to the floor, so that you have a fighting chance at getting out of the dang chair. So sitting up, if able, scooching yourself to the front edge of your chair. So do that right now. Now the next part is that shift forward. So that is all about, as I mentioned, that shifting of your center of gravity. And often is the most difficult part for people. And that's why we need a help, a little bit of pull, a little bit of shove, something like that. So what we're going to work on is some little exercises you can do to help that full shift of gravity, and there's one of them. So sitting up tall, right up on the edge of your chair here, I want you to pull your elbows straight back, pull nice and tall, and then push way over as far as you can. Okay, that includes your hip and back. All the way up, push it all the way forward. All the way up, elbows back, like you're trying to touch your elbows together behind you. And then push all the way forward. So you'll start to feel that shift of your weight forward. Push and pull. Push and pull. Maybe a little bit further every time. Push, fingers up, hands up, whoa, pull. All right, let's put some effort, some emotion into it, like interpretive dance. Push. And pull it back. One more push it all the way forward and pull it back. So you might be noticing there's something in there, the rolling of your back. That isn't optimal, but it's a little bit of that exercise, and it is going to be somewhat of the shifting forward that you need. All right, let's work something else. Twisting of that core. So that shift forward is all about core control. So what I want you to do is alternate. One hand back, one hand forward. I call this the little brother. You hold him by the forehead and you threaten to punch him. Back and twist. So this is not just arms going back and forth. I want your full body rotating with this, but directly on top of your spine. You're not rolling around and shifting. You're just twisting right about the center of your body. Let's get 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, that's nice. Ooh, I'm feeling it already. What I call the next exercise is the sitting deadlift. Now, this is the time you want to focus on getting your back, which is the portion between your shoulders and your hips, keeping your back straight. So what you're going to do, hinge from your hips. Imagine that there's a stick running down your back, and you're going to hinge forward, touch the floor, and then stand nice back up. So your arms are just kind of hanging out here. I want you to hinge forward, touch the floor if you can. Don't give up your posture to touch the floor. It's really, really mechanical. It's going to feel kind of awkward. Hinge and stand. You may notice you need to kind of open up your legs to let your guts fall through. Stand all the way back up. Hinge. That sounded disgusting. Please don't eviscerate yourself just to make this exercise. Stand back up. Hinge forward, back up. One more just like this. Hinge and up. Now my clients tell me they can hear me in their head saying, stand all the way up. And this exercise really emphasizes that mantra. So you're going to go with that forward hinge, and then as you sit up, arms out. I call this the thighs to flies. It's got a rhyme. Thighs, flies. Fingers as far apart as you can. Forward to the floor, open up tall. Forward to the floor, open up tall. Couple more. Forward, up, arms out as straight as you can. Forward, and up. Sweet. All right, what else do we have for these? One of my favorite exercises in the whole world, knee tucks. So much of that shift forward is being able to pull yourself towards your thighs, which is your hip flexor, which is the motion that you need to do this. So you got two options of this. I actually want you to hinge back, kind of lay against the back of your chair there. And you can tuck one and then the other, or if that's just brutal, tuck one at a time. But as tight as you can, and then a full extension. As tight as you can, full extension. Make sure that knee is straight and flex the foot. Bring your toe back towards your face. If able, I want you to do both feet, not at the same time. Alternate. Pull. I guess if you can do both feet at the same time, that's pretty cool. Tuck and tuck. Pulling your knee like you're trying to knock yourself in the face with your knee. 5, 4, 3, staying tall, 2, 1. All right. Making that just a little bit harder. Keep your feet off the floor. The floor is lava. Hands, try not to use your hands if you can. 10, 9, extend, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. Hello, hip flexors. All right. One more little trick you might find useful. Grab a weight. It doesn't have to be a kettlebell. It doesn't have to even be that heavy. But this is something that you may find interestingly helpful, is pressing a weight straight out in front of you. Now, this is 20 pounds. Might be a little heavy. Straight out in front of you to feel that center of gravity change and back. It definitely doesn't have to be this heavy. That was probably a mistake on my part. But what you're going to start to notice is that strength you're using to lean forward is the strength you're going to use to stand up. Oh, my crazy starts to make sense eventually. Forward, back. Forward, back. Press it straight in front of your chest. You can do hand weights, You can do a couple cans of beans, very tolerant cat or dog, whatever you got, straight in front of you. One more, oh boy, and back. So that shifting part, like I said, is all about getting your weight over your feet. But the second part of this is that press away from the floor. So you've got the shift. Now you got a elevator up. So let's work on some exercises for that. We're not even going to stand up just yet. Okay, again, straight up and tall. Extend your knee so that you get full extension of your leg and you start to feel your quads, your thighs flex. That's a key muscle in that stand-up. All the way up, shoulders back still. Just because we're working your feet doesn't mean you turn into a tube of goo. Kick, kick. Full extension, kick. We're going to go for a little burn. Light a little fire in our thighs. Huh. You ever say something and you wish you hadn't said it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, okay? Sort of a combination of the shift and the press we're going to use for standing up is a knee tuck, but it's a sitting knee tuck. Just pick your feet straight up off the floor. And everybody's like, this is so pokey. But I want you to do it anyway. Just humor me. Let's do 10, 9, 8. Feel right in there, front of your hips. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Let's do this. Come on up. Whatever you got to do to get up. If you want to use your counterbalancing weight here, press and stand. Or if you need some help, if you need to pull on a piece of furniture, that's totally cool. But come on up, stand right in front of your chair. Now this part is obviously fairly important because if you can't execute the press, well, you're not standing. You're just sort of squatting on the floor. But it needs to be very mechanical. Like I said, from hips to shoulders needs to be rigid. All of this muscle in here is all support structure. The work's being done by your rump, your glutes, your quads, and your calves. So that's what we're going to work on now. So with that very mechanical, I want you to hinge your butt back as low as you can and then stand right back up. So stick your butt way back there. It's going to feel a little crude, okay? Hinge back just to the point where you feel like you're going to lose control. Down, hands can come forward. There's a little counterbalance to your rump. Get into the habit of coming all the way up. Down, up. It's almost like you're a downhill skier. And then Eddie the Eagle. Down, hinge your butt back, up. Always make sure your chair is behind you. One of the keys to sitting down is having a chair all the way up. Then it's just a very controlled fall. All the way up, down as far as you can, controlled, back up. Last one. Even if you're just going this far before you start to feel like you're going to fall through, that's okay. That's as far. Maybe go a little further the next day, and then just a little further the next day. Okay. Oh, let's give our legs a break. Standing up, if you need to, hang on to something for balance. We're just going to come up onto your toes, little calf presses. Nothing to do with cows. You're just going to come up on your toes and set them down. Just the tiniest stop, boop, and down. Press your calf all the way up and down. Press them up and down. You know why the farmer stopped going to the gym? I guess he was a rancher, because it was killing his calves. Press and down. Couple more. Press up and down. Stay tall. Shoulders back. Hips through. All the way up. Down. Couple more. Up. Down. One more. And down. All right. If you have something to hang on to, I'm going to use this like TRX fancy strap thing you got here. But it doesn't have to be. It can be just a chair. It can be a person. It can be the back of a couch. But what I want you to do, especially if you're having trouble maintaining control in your squat, all the way down to the seat, is I call these skier squats because it's like you're water skiing. I want you to, from nice and tight up here, sit back, and now you got your hands to help you stand all the way up, okay? Notice how my knees not going anywhere. My hips are setting back. All the way up, sit it back down, okay? Pull on something or someone. Do not pull them into your lap. Sit down. Pull up like you're water skiing. Up, back down, full extension. All the way up and down. You could hook like a water ski rope up. That'd be kind of cool. Be a conversation starter, that's for sure. Down. Why do you have a water ski rope in your living room? Well, let me tell you about it. All right. That is a great way to get used to that hip hinge so that your hips sit back and you always stay under control. So the standing part, shift and stand. The sitting part can be dangerous. This is where I want you to stay totally under control. I've been saying that a lot because I see a lot of chair diving. People go, hey, pretty close. Now, if that chair happens to be slightly off kilter, you're going to miss it. If it's not a chair and it's just a bench, you're going to go over the back and things are going to get ugly in a hurry. So stay under control the entire time. All right, one more little trick. You hear the nose over the toes advice all the time when standing up. Well, sometimes, well, great. Now I can smell my feet, but still I'm not standing. What I want you to act like is that like you have a target, like that kettlebell is out in front of you. And I want you to, even if you have to throw yourself a little bit at it, like you're going to touch it. And hey, over your center of gravity, press the earth away. What? Reverse that system. You're going to sink, then shift. So reach out, you've shifted, now press. Here's what you don't do sitting down, is just, bad things happen, okay? It's gotta be the reverse of sitting. Sink and shift. Make sure you say those at the right way. Reach and up, all the way, shoulders back, head through. Oh. You don't have to do that, but it kind of helps. Sink and shift back. All right. I hope that helps. Standing up is so important. Your quality of life, your independence, all the good stuff. Just being able to out and up on your own with no hands, with no help, with no things you got to push off of. Good feeling, really good feeling. Thank you to the Parkinson's Foundation for having me here for Fitness Friday. It's been a lot of fun. Good to be back. Again, I'm Zach Guza with the Parkinson's Gym online at theparkinsonsgym.com. Or if you're in Knoxville, Tennessee, swing by and see us at Black Dog Fitness. Big thank you to the Parkinson's Foundation for letting me be a part of Fitness Friday. And everybody take care. Come visit us at the Parkinson's Gym if you'd like. But otherwise, we'll see you out there. Bye.